Hello my fellow human beings, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexxx and today we are going to unpack Christmas or unwrap it, whatever. Remember to subscribe if you're new here. Try to ignore Angel if she's like messy or if the hair is flying everywhere. My wig's name is Angel. So anyway, let's start with last year. For me, last year I had the experience of being by myself on Christmas, but not really. I just wasn't invited anywhere like I thought I was going to be. And at the time, it was a bit hurtful and confusing because I thought I was going to be invited, and I ended up buying presents, like small stuff for some people. And yeah, the reason that I say I was kind of alone is because I have a daughter, so I'm never really like alone by myself. And now I have come to realize or understand that I'm never actually really alone because I'm connected to everything, source energy and everything around me. So yeah, now I do understand that I'm not alone. But if you have ever been alone on Christmas or like any holiday, you understand how hurtful that can be, especially when like other people are invited and you're not invited. But excuse me, I'm a little sick. I have a cold right now, but I'm okay. So so yes, last year was, it has to do with this year, that's why I'm talking about it, okay? I don't live in the past, and I don't believe in living in the past at all. But yeah, last year I ended up getting things, like I said, like a couple of gifts here and there for people. And then I wasn't invited, so I ended up staying in with my daughter, which was fine. I might have bought some food. I don't really remember what I did specifically. I just remember like, wow, like that kind of sucks, because every other year before that I've always been with like some type of family. And so the gifts, I just threw them into storage, you know. I did have a conversation with my family member about why she did not invite me, and she said that because I don't show up, which I disagreed with. So let's move on to this year. This year I was invited very last minute by the host on the exact day of Christmas, which was, I was invited on the 24th on a morning, and we celebrated 24th in the evening. And I had heard from another family member that she was gonna do something, or like they were gonna get together at her spot or her home. So I heard of, the other family member told me about it on, was it Thursday or Friday? I was out when I got the message. I think I heard about it on a Friday or Thursday. I don't remember. I'm really bad with time. Anyway, so I did hear about it like a day or two before Christmas, and then the host invited me on the day. So what does this mean? If you are already watching videos about self-love and like putting yourself first, and if you know about the black sheep of the family, the black sheep of the family, you know that we don't really get respect and we don't really get included that much. We don't really enjoy doing what everybody else is doing in the family. We go against the rules pretty much. A lot of things can happen during the holiday season where you may not be invited to anything, either because you live in a different state, which I don't. We all live in the same city, but, or most of us, not all of us. And we're not that close. My siblings and I were not like this. Like we grew apart. I felt like I was raised in a like foster home, honestly, even though I was with aunts. I was not treated very well, so I felt like I understand what the foster care children would feel like. Obviously every story is different, so I'm not saying that oh, I had it just as bad as somebody who's abused in foster care, but I can understand when you are not raised by your mother and your father, how it can be very different and not very loving and not very nurturing. And again, I am not angry at anyone. I don't hate anyone. I just recognize that what happened happened. I have accepted it, and I already, honestly, I have forgiven for my own self, for my own sake. I don't hate anyone. I don't have ill will towards anyone. So yeah, even though I can remember things that happened, I don't live there anymore. Okay, I don't have any negative feelings anymore. I remember when I did the video about my divorce, or don't get married too soon, I was very emotional, and now it doesn't even affect me talking about it, or like seeing him, or like thinking about them. I just see like so many hard experiences that taught me a lot, you know, like they changed me. Like I have evolved. I feel like I have evolved twice already in my life, and that's a good thing. So when I went to Christmas this year, I was invited and I did go, and honestly, if I didn't have my daughter with me, I would not have gone. And I'll tell you why. Because being invited last minute is, to me, a sign of not really wanting somebody there, or trying to like sabotage them, because I didn't get enough time to get gifts, because I thought, because of last year, that I was not going to get invited again this year. And because my sister and we have not really talked it out. I don't have any ill will towards her. I just know that she does not really care for me, and I am perfectly fine with it. I'm like, that's fine. Like, I am legit totally cool with it. So I thought I was not gonna get invited, because last year I did talk to her about her not inviting me, and I asked her why, calmly, through text, because I don't really see her in person anymore often, unless we're at my dad's house or something like that. Neutral territory. But yeah, so I did address the issue. I believe in communicating. If you don't like something, say something, because we don't read minds yet. We're not evolved that much to read each other's minds. So yeah, she, like I said, she came up with the you don't show up anyway, you never show up. And obviously that's not true, because I have shown up to her parties before. So we left it at that. I was like, okay. I believe I did not respond after she explained herself, or I might have said okay. So yeah, I don't really remember exactly, but there was no curse words, there was no disrespect, just understanding from my side that it was just more evidence for me for something that I had already noticed, that she doesn't really like me. And that's okay, not everybody's gonna like you, and I understand, because like I said, we were not raised together. And there's also a barrier between me and my family with language. My Spanish is not very good. Like, I'm not fluent in Spanish. I know Spanish as much as like a little kid knows Spanish, like a 6 or 7 year old. So that is also an issue for me, communicating. So when I went this year, I showed up with no gifts because I didn't have enough time to buy anything, and that was hard for me. And I showed up because my daughter wanted to go see her cousin. My daughter's daughter is like a year older than her, so that's why I went, even though I was invited at the last minute, the same day, which is disrespectful. Okay, because I know that other people had already been invited, right, with more time and more consideration. And so yeah, I went for my daughter. And I did think about rushing and buying something for them. I have the money for it. It wasn't that. For me, it was more like the principle. I made that choice to go for my daughter's sake, so she could have that experience of we celebrate Christmas where with family. You know, that's what I had when I was little, so I did it for her. But I did not rush or stress to get anything. I did think about it, but I decided not to because I was not given enough time. There was not enough consideration from them, I mean not them, but the host, my oldest sister. So yeah, I felt like she didn't really care if I went or didn't, and that's fine. I showed up anyway for different reasons. It was an okay time. I did end up drinking alcohol, which I usually don't do. I hadn't had a drink of hard liquor in like over a year, maybe 2 years, I don't remember. A long time. It was very disgusting, but I was like, okay, people are doing it. They were like putting it in my face. Here you go, here you go. The girl that was doing that was very nice and very young, so I totally understood her way of peer pressuring me. And even after I said, no, I've had enough, I'm already tipsy, I was laughing, I was having a good time, but I didn't want to black out because I hate blacking out. I used to black out a lot when I was younger. So yeah, when I was younger, I actually had very bad experiences with drinking, and I've learned my lessons with that, so I limit myself. Thankfully, I was able to stick to my boundary of not going overboard like they were, and I stopped at like 3 or 5 drinks, but it wasn't all hard liquor, and I was a little tipsy, but I was very aware of still what I was doing. So anyway, other people kept drinking, younger adults that were there over 21. I think my sister, my younger one, is 23 now, and they were drinking a lot, and that was cool, but I had to drive back home, which is like 5 minutes from where she lives, so it's fine. I stopped drinking in time. By the time I had to leave, or chose to leave actually, because it wasn't even 12 yet when I left, I was already feeling more clear and sober, and I had drank some caffeine and stuff like that. But yeah, I was very proud of myself for not drinking, because I have had issues with that before in the past, and it just shows that you can evolve, you can do better, you can fix yourself, you really can, if you want to, if you're self-aware, if you are not easily manipulated. If I could have also not gone to the party, because if I let my feelings, if I had gotten angry or sad, how dare she invite me late, which I did not. I recognized it, I recognized what she did, but it did not affect me. So I'm now thinking about that. Actually, I'm very proud that I did not let my feelings get the better of me like I had when I was younger in the past. So yeah, I was very happy because my daughter got to have a good time, and I got some laughs, and I got to see my mother, which I don't see that often as well, because she lives in a different city kind of far away, and I got to see my younger sister, and that was nice. But yeah, there's just this wall between whenever I'm at a family function, I just feel like I don't fit in. I don't understand what they're saying half the time, which is really, I know it's like bad, it's like learn Spanish, but I don't understand. There's also a lot of drinking, like I said, really loud music. It's not really my atmosphere. It's not really like what I want. I'd rather have like deep conversations. Like I would have liked to have like open conversations and breathe everything out, air everything out with my sister and my mother, but we just never get the chance because there's always other people from other families there that I don't know, so I don't feel comfortable enough to even bring anything up. And again, my Spanish is not bueno, not very good. But not even like airing things out, like I didn't want to start any drama or anything. I didn't even mention that she invited me that same day last minute, like nothing. It didn't affect me at all. I just acknowledged it, but I did not react, which is great. It shows that I am really practicing what I am learning spiritually. I'm practicing. I'm not just hearing the words and then reacting crazy like I used to. I'm not like being overly emotional. I'm not being like affected by other people's decisions. But I was affected by somebody who did not show up for me on Christmas, and that went really badly for me because I actually did get triggered. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but that's what happens in close relationships. I feel like I'm always the most triggered, and Eckhart Tolle also has said that intimate relationships will definitely trigger you, and they are supposed to, so you can evolve and grow. And you can still have a relationship even if you feel like you're not completely healed, because you're always going to be working on yourself. You're always going to have some work to do. So yeah, so I was kind of triggered by an intimate partner. It happens. I have let myself feel it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the decision that I made. He made his decision. I recognize that I still have thoughts of him from the past, of things he's done. So I'm not surprised that this happened. I was disappointed with him, and yeah, I just don't want to deal with it anymore because it's very hurtful still. I still have a heart, I still have a brain, you know, but I can snap back like that. Like, it's a lot faster than before. I used to cry for like days and days, and not anymore. Like, I don't even cry about it anymore. I just feel very disappointed, you know. Naturally, you want things to work out, especially if you have a child. You want, for me anyway, I want to have a family. Like, I want that. But if I don't, then I hope that I would just be able to do it myself for my daughter, you know, like have a home for her and work and build that for her, with her. So yeah, I did get a little triggered with by him, but it was fine. I was fine after it. I guess that's it. I just wanted to kind of like unpack it and share with you guys, see if you could relate if you're on a spiritual path like I am. Did anything trigger you this Christmas? Were you by yourself like I was last year, or just with your kids? Which can be very nice, honestly, because they're so pure and like happy. They're so happy just to get anything. And my daughter loved all the gifts that I bought for her, and so I was very happy. She's the only one I bought anything for, so I think I made the right decision by not stressing out about buying anything in a rush for people. At least I showed up, you know, I was present, and that should be enough, honestly. Yeah, the food was good. I was able to practice being aware and yeah, just practice what I preach to myself and everything that I've been learning this past month or so about like being in the present moment and not letting your thoughts and your heart, your emotions rule you or take control over what you do, because you know, I'm gonna listen to myself, my inner self, my inner being. And yeah, that's what I did. Anywho, I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you're doing well, you're healthy, because that's the most important thing, that you have your health. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.